Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the #1 place for spiritual people who are interested in dreams and the dream world, as well as connecting with spirit to receive insights, guidance, and messages to help them overcome challenges in their daily life. In this video, I'm sharing channeled messages from spirit from the dream world, which I call dream oracle messages, and they are for the full moon that is on November 12th. Now, if you're coming to this video at a later date, that is okay. That means that it's the perfect time in your life to hear these messages. These messages are for the conscious collective. So if you are looking for a private one-on-one dream oracle reading, which is when I go into the dream world specifically for you, then go to my website. The link is in the description. Okay, so the first message is really about shifting in your life. Now, what I mean by this is oftentimes our life is like a movie, like how we are watching, how we are experiencing it. You can liken it to watching a movie or being a part of this movie. Now, I had several dreams where we were leaving theaters, going into different theaters, and it was really, Spirit was really showing how right now, this full moon, the energy that we're experiencing is a great time to look at our lives and look at our reality and see how things are shifting and see how something is probably going to end, in a sense of there's a shift that you're moving away from and you're stepping into a deeper part of yourself, something more fully, a fuller embodiment of yourself. That was very clear. There was also a vending machine, and in this vending machine there was these potato chips. Now, I'm from Canada and we have dill pickle chips. I'm sure that sounds really gross, but they used to be my favorite potato chip when I was a child. And what these chips really represented was the past, and how, because I was trying to get these chips from the vending machine and they wouldn't come. And there was only one bag of chips and this other person ended up wanting those chips. And anyways, I never got the chips. And what it really was how we need to let go of certain things in our past. And we might feel, because things are shifting so much, we might have this desire to want to return to this old story, these old comforts, these old favorites of ours, but it's actually not supporting us on our journey forward. And it really is about fully stepping in to this next phase of your life. Now, it's not saying you have to let go of everything from your past, because there's some amazing things there, of course, but it's just really about looking and discerning why you are choosing the choices that you are choosing. Are you choosing them because they're comfortable, they're familiar, and at the same time, they're inhibiting your growth and inhibiting you from moving forward and stepping more fully into who you are, what you desire to create in your life? So make sure you're mindful of that. As well as there was this other interesting part that really showed up in the sense of being confident in this embodiment of yourself. Because there was this part where my husband was there and he actually had killed this version of himself, killed this other being, and that being represented himself. And he wanted, and it wasn't that he was like in trouble for it or anything, but he wanted to go back and get this piece, and it wasn't possible to go back. So these descriptions are really weird when I share them, because when I experience in the dream world, there's so much going on and so many different senses coming in, and spirit talking to me and sharing all these things with me, and then I share these and they just sound so weird and disconnected when I share the symbolism. But anyways, I know you guys like me sharing the symbolism, so I'm going to keep sharing it. And so anyways, this really represented how when we step into ourselves more fully, there often is this fear piece that comes up within ourselves. There's this piece that we still want to hide. Maybe we don't want to share ourselves fully with everybody, or there's certain groups of friends or your work colleagues that know you a certain way, and you have certain masks that you wear in different social situations or business situations. And it's really about taking off those masks and just being who you are and who you are now. And growth and change is okay, and growth and change is what we are meant to be doing. And so stepping in and embodying ourselves fully as you make this transition into this new phase, this new movie of your life, this new pivot in your life. Does that make sense? There was a lot there. Another piece that came through with this message was grief. Now, this came through in the dreams when I was talking with somebody who was an actress. And for those of you who don't know me that well, I actually was pursuing acting before my husband and I left Canada to move to Spain. And that was a huge thing for me to step away from, because I love acting and I love performing and I love being in characters and all that kind of thing. And so I had to grieve that when I left. And so this dream was that, where I was grieving this loss of this path. When we shift in our life, when we make these different choices, there is a part of us that grieves, and it's grieving the path not taken. And it doesn't mean that you're stepping into something that is not good, or that you're not going to love and that doesn't lead you to your passion. That's not it at all. But oftentimes what happens is when we say yes to something, we're also saying no to something else. And it can be a happy no, it can be a joyful no. Like when I left Canada to move to Spain, it was very joyful. And at the same time, there was also these elements of, okay, I'm leaving this part of my life and many aspects of my life in Canada that I love so dearly, to say yes to something else. And so as you're shifting and as you're growing, be mindful of this grief piece, because it is actually very important to grieve the path not chosen or the path not taken in our life. And it might not feel like it right away, but it actually, the energy by grieving that and sitting with that, even though it's a joyful leaving of a path, it still frees up this energy within you to really fully be on the path that you are now choosing. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Oftentimes we think of grief as a negative, but it's actually a positive. Processing the grief, and oftentimes we think of grief as like grieving the loss of a loved one, and we don't tie it to events in our life or saying yes to one thing and saying no to something else. But it is actually a very integral part of our existence and of our life. And so it is really important to be mindful, even if it's just like a small little feeling inside that's not a huge grief, huge emotional outpouring like it is when you are grieving the loss of somebody, but it's just a path not taken. So I hope that makes sense. All right, if you are liking this video so far and these messages thus far have resonated, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. The next message was all around communication and really going back to our roots in communication. There was a telephone booth, and I don't know when the last time was that you used a telephone booth, but for me, I don't even know when. It's been years. And this was outside the theater. So this is outside of this reality. So it was saying how communication is fundamental and it's part of our soul and it's part of how we connect with each other. And so it is really important to communicate with each other, and not just through text messages, but actually picking up the phone and connecting with people. So as you're transitioning and moving through your life, make sure you communicate and connect. And at the same time, it was also clear that there could be times of miscommunication over the simplest things this full moon. So make sure that you take the time to communicate well, and if you experience a misunderstanding with somebody or they are misunderstanding you, then just clear it up, because it's just a simple miscommunication and these things are kind of going to be present for the next little bit. Now, like I was saying, these are general dream oracle messages for the conscious collective. So if you are liking these messages, but you feel like you want something that's personalized, then feel free to reach out to me and I would love to do a personal dream oracle reading for you. The next message that I received was really about seizing the moment and seizing opportunities as they arise. We all are given amazing opportunities from the universe all the time, and oftentimes we don't take them. And so it's really an encouragement right now to seize the moment and take them. So in my dream, we were driving this really large motorhome, and trying to park a motorhome in a city is really challenging. And that's what we were doing in this dream. And we found a spot, And then we had kind of parked it, but then we're just like, oh no, it's not quite right. Let's just go around the block one more time and then get a better angle so then we can get into the parking spot. And then I said, no, we can't drive away, because if we drive away, we're gonna miss the spot. And then we ended up driving away. And then as soon as we said, oh yeah, okay, we are gonna miss the parking spot, we started backing up, and then 3 cars took the spot. So it's really about seizing the moment, seizing the opportunity when it comes. Sometimes it's not always perfect. Sometimes it takes a little like maneuvering to get in there, but it's perfect. And it'll all work out, and just don't pass moments by. Seize the moment. Another message I received was about money. Money, money, money. And the message was short and sweet, and it was that money is coming, money is there. The universe is here to support you, and sometimes you just need to ask for help. And asking for help is okay, because others want to help you. The universe wants to help you. So if you're going through some financial difficulties right now, just know that it is there. It might feel like it's out of reach, but you can ask for help, and the universe is here to support you. Please comment below and let me know what your favorite message was, or what your aha message was from these Dream Oracle messages that I shared. I would also love to connect with you on Instagram. I'm there on a daily basis, so you can reach out to me at any time. I'm at Dream Oracle Holly. Send me your DMs, send me your questions. I welcome them all. Please subscribe and hit the bell. Next week, I will be sharing how you can use your dreams to manifest love. I get that question a lot with my clients on how they can attract their soulmate and things of that nature. So I thought I would do a video on that. Thank you so much for watching. New videos every Tuesday, and I will see you next week.